Welcome to my video. In this video, we are going to see how a thesis is typeset in Microsoft Word version 2013. You have worked tirelessly in your master's project or doctoral project for a couple of years or more. Finally, you are going to write your thesis. The best software to do so is Microsoft Word because it has given different facilities like defining styles. It supports almost all types of image formats. Now creating and formatting a table, inserting complex mathematical equations with ease, automatically generates content page, then inserting and managing bibliography, etc. to mention a few. Now the final advantage is .docx, that means the Microsoft Word format is accepted widely and by any printer. Now, if you go to a shop to print and bind your thesis, then Microsoft Word file in .docx format is universally accepted. The contents. First we will learn the size of different type of size of paper, organizing the Microsoft Word work area, page setup, style declaration, paragraph formatting, bulleting and numbering, inserting a table and then formatting it, types of images. Now inserting an image and aligning the text around it, inserting Microsoft Excel graphs, inserting section break, inserting page numbers, then automatically generate content page, inserting citation and bibliography or reference. Size of paper. Now A0 is a paper size defined to have an area of 1 square meter. So this is your 1 square meter area, the large paper size. Now if we divide this A0 paper size into two halves, each half will be called A1. Now A1 certainly will have a surface area of 0.5 square meter. Next, if I again make another half of this A1 page, then it will show us A2 and the size will be 0.25 square meter. Similarly, if I again divide A2, it will produce another A3 or two A3 sheets, and each one having square meter as 0.125. Now finally we come to our page size, that is A4. So A4 is nothing but half of A3 and that area is approximately 0.0625 square meter. Whatever normal pages we see in the photocopier or Xerox machine or printer, it is of A4 size. Now other two sizes available in the market are letter and legal sizes. Normally we have to set up the page size of our thesis as A4 size. Now first let us open a Microsoft Word document, just a blank document, no template is required. Now let us save it in a place or with a file name. So click on file, click save as. So now you have to choose the destination. Now here one advice is, don't choose desktop or my documents, anything like this, because these folders are actually present in C drive. Now if you are unlucky, then someday you may have to format the C drive. In that day you will find that all your work has been lost. That's why I will prefer to browse and go away from C drive. Go away from C drive to some other drive like D, something like this. There you can create a folder or in the open area you can place. Name it thesis.docx. Now save it. Here you go to the file. Next, options. Now in the option left hand side you will see a column or menu. Here you will find quick access toolbar, this one. Click it. Now two columns will be there, or two panes, P-A-N-E-S we should call. So here first you select this style. Here you see a double A type of thing is there, then styles. Press the add button. So this style will enter inside the right hand pane. Now next you select, now you select the page setup, this one. So this one also you add here, and another show all. Now you select show all, this one, add it also. So after that you click the OK button. Now see in the left hand corner here, those three buttons have come over here. This part is called quick access toolbar. So while we are typing, you will find that we are getting help from these three buttons again and again. That's why I have kept it at my hand. Now we are going to set up our page. So this is the page and its size is A4. Now on the left hand side, during binding some area will be occupied. That will go inside the binding area or the glue area. So this area is called gutter. Now whatever you are typing, so that will remain inside this page. Now around all the sides there will be some boundary or margin. So this one will be the top margin, this one will be the bottom margin, this is the left margin, and this is the right margin. So whenever we shall start one document, first we have to set up the pages and all these areas. So normally top, right, left, bottom, so all these places I prefer generally 0.8 inches, and the gutter area 0.4 or 0.5 inches. So that will be sufficient. Now how to do it, or how to do the page setup. So here in the quick access toolbar you see a small button is there, this one. Click on it. So here you will find three tabs are there. One is margins, second is paper, and third is layout. So first select the paper. So here in the drop down menu you see letter size is selected by default. So now we have to go down below to get the A4 size. So immediately you see the width and the height, they are giving 8.27 inches and 11.69 inches. These are the actual dimension of an A4 paper. Now go to margins. So as my previous slides I have told you to give 0.8 inches in the top, 0.8 inches at the bottom, 0.8 inches at the left, and 0.8 inches in the right. And in the gutter, that is the glue position, we may give 4 or 5. Let me give 4. So whenever I will move from here, you will find here, you see, a dotted things are coming. So let me increase the size 5. Now see, this area is the gutter area. This will be reserved for binding or gluing the book. Now place the OK. So now here total thing is size. This is called page setup. Now we have set our page. Now one thing is press Ctrl and you move the scroll wheel. So if I move like this, it becomes smaller. If you go or move topward, then it will be larger. So this is nothing but the zoom. So we can touch it from here also. At the bottom you see this is plus and this is minus. So whenever we will work, keyboard shortcut is the best way. So in that case press Ctrl and then scroll the wheel up and down. You will get larger or smaller. So like this you can change the zoom. Style declaration is a very important step. First we have to click on this style button. You will find one pane is open. Here it will be styles, and look at some important parts. First you see here it is written clear all. Next is the normal. Next look at heading 1, heading 2, go to title. So these are the few things, those are given by default. Till now whatever you have typed previously in different Word documents, so just after typing you have increased the size, you have made it bold, underline, italicized, or you have changed the color. So all these things you have done. So all these things will come under styling. But the styling was not in a disciplined way, what you have done till now. We are going to discipline this style. So how it is done? Say we are writing the cover of the thesis. Preparation and evaluation of ciprofloxacin hydrochloride ocular inserts. So this is the title of your thesis. Now whatever you want, put a click on the line and press the title. So you see some changes had occurred. In some way it is displayed. Actually this one is already given in Microsoft document. By default it is given. You can change it. So select this one. Say we are changing the color. We are changing the size, and we are changing the font actually. So like this we are changing. Then we are arranging at the center. So whatever way it is displayed, if it satisfies you, then you can update this title with your new style. So go to title, and there you will find a downward arrow key. Click it. Now here several options will be there. Click on the first option, that is the update title to match the selection. So now if you type any other line and select this title, now see what happens. Immediately it takes the new style. Again, if you change this thing in any font, put a click in anywhere here, then you press button, update it. You see all the other lines are getting updated. Now let us remove this part and write my name like this, by Arnab Samanta. So this is the author's name. So let us increase the size. Increase the size of this one. Change the color. Now if it is satisfactory, here you see no such styles are declared for this author's name. So let me create my own style. So to create a new style, you have to go at the bottom. Here you see AA, and on the top a small golden yellow color, one asterisk sign is there. So press this button. Immediately you will find a new style dialog box is coming. Here the name is selected. Change the name to user author. So that as per your choice. So I am giving a user this word at the beginning, because then I can identify that it is made by me. and not by default given by the Microsoft Word. Now type of style, yes, it is paragraph. Next, style is based on, so by default it is based on normal, but I am telling you, you just press no style. So what happens, in every case normal comes first. So if you type, give an enter, type anything, it will be in normal style. Now by chance in the whole document anywhere, if you change this normal style, then you will find all types of styles that you declared having normal here will be changed. That's why I am suggesting to just type no style. Now the next point is here, style for following paragraph. That meaning is, while I am typing user author style and then if I press enter, a new paragraph will be started. Now that paragraph, what type of style it should follow, that you are declaring here. So if it is user author, then I am declaring put user author here. So now press a OK. Now here you see your own style is created here, user author, this one, user author. Now wherever your insertion point I will be present, this is one paragraph. If I press user author, immediately that will have that will be changed into my style. Say by, here I am placing the insertion and then I am pressing user author. Immediately that one also will be changed. So like this, new user can be styles can be made. Now let us see a useful feature of Word. So here you see one inverted pi type of or p type of thing is there. So this one if you press, immediately you will see some symbols are coming here. Now don't get afraid. So these symbols are nothing. If you press and enter, you see new signs are coming. In word term, we are calling it that new paragraphs are created. If you press the space key, then you will see dots will come. If I press a tab, then this type of arrow will come. So these are called non-printable characters. Whenever you are arranging some document, so there are some spaces will be there, some tabs will be there, some paragraphs will be there. To get that where you have given paragraph, where you have given the spaces, you have to put this one on. Then you can see it, but it will not be printed. So now I am switching it off. Now it is clean. Now again I am putting it on. You can see the paragraph sign, etc. So I can delete these things, unnecessarily things which I have done. I can remove this one. Now while you are typing, I have found that you are pressing enter like this to go to the next page. So this is actually overflowing. Whenever paragraph is overflown from one page, then it is going to the next page. But please do not do in this manner. Whenever you require to go to next page, just stand wherever you are, press Ctrl, then enter. Press and hold Ctrl and put enter. You see a new page is created. Now you see new page is created, and just wherever you have pressed Ctrl enter, a page break symbol is there. If I switch this one off, this is called show all button, then that is vanished. But whenever I am bringing, immediately it is showing where you have pressed the Ctrl and enter. So this is the page break. Here by force we are creating a page. So this is the method. A thesis may be arranged in several chapters. Under each chapter there are several headings, subheadings, and maybe much more subheadings under it. So in that case, we have to define those headings or the styles of those headings. Let us start, say chapter 1, and the heading is Introduction. Now this introduction will have a certain style. So that style is this one. By default, Word has given some style. Let us see what happens. Let us click on it. Now see, this is the style given and you may not like it. So let us do one thing. The previous one, whatever style was there, let us make it bold. Let us make it slightly larger in size. And now this style, we shall take it as heading 1. So click on the drop down button here. Now update heading 1 to match the selection. Click. So see one thing, in the introduction word I have given a click. Now I am going to define this style. So what we are doing, first clicking on the word or the paragraph that you want to change the style, click on the style drop down heading and update the heading style with this one. Now like this I can create another second subheading, say 1.1. Under it, say we are writing ciprofloxacin hydrochloride. So about this drug we want to write. Now this one, the way that it is there, say we want to make it bold or change the font to some extent. Now this one we want to define it as style of heading 2. So let us click heading 2. Now under it something we are writing. So this one we want to clear all style, so it is black. Now 1.1.1, this is the heading 3. So introduction is heading 1, you see here heading 1. Now next this one is heading 2. Now this third one should be heading 3. So we are defining it as heading 3. Say this one is assay, say structure of ciprofloxacin hydrochloride. So this one we are making bold and it is in black color. Okay, so this style we are defining as style 3. Now rest of everything whatever you type, that will be in, you see if I click in any one, wherever there is this pi type of thing, this is nothing but paragraph sign. So from here to here is one paragraph. If you go on writing, now from here you will find a new line is coming, but it is a single paragraph. Like this, it is a single paragraph. So single paragraph up to this one. So this total thing is a single paragraph. Now this paragraph, you see it is in normal style. Wherever I am pressing enter, a new paragraph is formed again in the normal style. So by default Word plays everything in normal style. And whenever I am clicking on this one, you see heading 3, this one heading 2, this one heading 1. So like this it is arranged. So whenever you want to type a new chapter, say 2.1 methods. So method is the second chapter and its importance is heading 1. So like this we are giving the importance, and in the same pattern we are loading it. Now next 2.1, the subheading. So subheading say preparation of buffer solution. Preparation of a buffer solution. So this one it should be in heading style 2. So this is heading 2. Just I am clicking and heading 2 is formed. So under it we are writing something, again something. This is in normal style. Go to next like this. Now under this one 2.1.1, this is a heading 3. So just click heading 3. The style will come. Now here you go on typing whatever you want. So this is the subheading styles. So my preference is a maximum fourth heading. Don't go more than this. Now paragraph, say whenever placing in simple paragraphs, it will give you normal, but my suggestion is don't put it in normal way. So here let us define a certain style for this paragraphs. So first of all, the paragraph whatever you are typing here, you see this one, let us make it justified. So both side, this side and this side, you will find a equal line is coming. That means the boundary is perfect. So this is the justified style. Second, let us increase its size from 11 to 12. Okay. Now another thing you can do, you can increase the line gap from, presently it is 1, this is 1, this is 1.15, this is 1.5. Let us put it as 1.5. Okay. Now whenever we are satisfied, now give a click on this paragraph, and instead of placing it in normal, let us define a new style. Just as I have taught you before, new style, press it, give the name of the new style as user body text. That means body of the total thesis that we are going to type, we are giving its name as user body text. Now its style type will be paragraph. The style will be based on no style, don't give in normal. Now whenever we shall press an enter, what will be the following style or the following paragraph style? That is also same user body text, not anything else. Now this one you keep okay. Now here you see one thing, between the heading 3 and a user body text, in between these two style, this one and this one, the gap is very slight. So I want to increase this gap. Now what to do? Put a click on this heading 3, go to heading 3, here you see modify is there, click on the modify. Now in this total thing, at the bottom left, here you will find one format button. Click on the format button. There font, paragraph tab, etc. will be there. Click on the paragraph. Now here you will see spacing. Here you see the spacing. Before it is only 2 point, after it is 0 point. Actually after heading 3, the gap is given as 0 point. This one you increase to 5. Now you press OK. Now you will see a gap is there. Slight gap is there and it is OK. So at this point, all your body text now will be formatted in this manner. Now let us see what happened. So this one, it is presently in normal. Just click on body text. Okay. Now this one, after a paragraph, if I enter, you see some gaps are there. Now see here, this line and this line, there a gap is there. If you want to reduce this gap, then what you have to do? You have to take any one style, go to body text, modify, go to format, then to paragraph, then here you see after it is 8 points and before it is 0 point. So in this 0 point, leave it some 2 points like this, and after you just reduce the points into 5. So 5 plus 2, 7. Okay, keep this one as 0. This is 5 point. Now if you give OK, now you see the gap is slightly reduced. If you want to reduce more, then you can put, instead of 5, you can put 3. So like this you have to declare the paragraph. In the next part, we are going to see the paragraph formatting.